Hello, and welcome to the Movie Universe. I'm your host, Movie Fan. Today, I got something real special lined up. What I like to call my ultimate what if. Now, I've been thinking about this for a long time. And, well, guess what, folks?
It's time.
That's right, because today, I'm going to be asking the question, what if the original Power Rangers stay together? Now, I know this has been done before. Mostly, a lot of people have talked about it, but they always follow the same pattern, which is they always bring up the comic books. And I'm sorry, the comics are not canon. They're part of it in a way, but they're more like a different universe. So for this, there will not be any comic books involved. Instead, it's going to be all about the series itself. And yes, the movie will be involved. First off, with Season 1. It'll go exactly as it did. Zordon summons 5 teenagers with attitude to become the Power Rangers. He gives them their Morphers and Power Coins, and they take on the mantle, fighting off Rita's monsters as they come along. Down the road, we get a 6th Power Ranger named Tommy Oliver, who becomes the Green Ranger and pilots the mighty Dragon Zord. Along the way, the team works together to stop Rita and her monsters, and yes, Tommy will lose his powers, but we'll also see that him and Kimberly have gotten even closer. And then after some time later, Tommy comes back as the Green Ranger. And all the way through Season 1, the team works together to stop Rita from taking over Angel Grove and the world. Then in Season 2, Lord Zed shows up and throws Rita out. The Power Rangers have to upgrade their Zords, but unfortunately, Tommy cannot upgrade his because his power is only temporary. So he'll do the best he can to help, but there's limits. During that time, they fight off Lord Zed's monsters, and Green Ranger is losing his powers as they go along, unfortunately. And in the end, he does lose his power completely. And knowing that they need a 6th Power Ranger to help out, Zordon and Alpha create the White Ranger. And of course, they choose Tommy. And during Season 2, Trini and Richie will become an item. And along the way, the team continues to fight monsters sent by Lord Zed. And then close to the end, Rita Repulsa shows up, and our Power Rangers have to face off against Lord Zed and Rita's monsters now. But Jason, Trini, and Zach, they're there to help, and they keep on fighting all the way to the end of Season 2. And then we get the movie, where they all get their ninja powers. The team is still together, and they're still fighting for good. And after the movie's done, we get Season 3, where they lose their Zords, and their powers are destroyed because they overloaded them. And our team of original Power Rangers go to seek Ninjor to try to get new powers. And they are given the power of Ninja, along with new Zords and new abilities. And throughout Season 3, they continue to fight against Lord Zed and Rita's monsters, and of course her brother Rito, who shows up, and then eventually Master Vile's monsters. Then in the end, Lord Zed and Rita mess with the time stream, and the Rangers are turned into kids. They have to find the Zeo Crystal, which they do, and restore time. In the end, they lose their powers, and of course, Lord Zed and Rita are kicked out because the Machine Empire has taken over. The Rangers use the Zeo Crystal to become Zeo Rangers. Of course, Billy says the crystal can only hold the power of 5, so he gives his crystal power to Trini. And he works at the command center to help out the Rangers any way he can, mostly by building the Zeo Megazord and the Red Battle Zord. And then finally, the Gold Ranger shows up, and they need someone to take up the mantle for a while. Billy is chosen, and he becomes the Gold Ranger. And when it's over, Billy does lose his powers as the Gold Ranger because, well, the Gold Ranger needed to become whole once again. And that's how Zeo ends. And now we come to the most controversial moment. Power Rangers Turbo. Oh boy. Well, in this case, the only thing I could say about this is obviously the team is still together. Billy is still helping at the command center. In fact, he will have created the Turbo powers. But in this case, instead of them just giving up their Zeo powers for no reason at all, this time Divatox will have destroyed their powers, so they had to upgrade. And furthermore, we will not have this scene.
Awkward. Yeah.
And just like before, the movie will serve as the pilot for Power Rangers Turbo. And during that time, they still will be fighting monsters, but this time Divatox will be the one they'll have to contend with up until halfway through. Because by that time, they're all going to be going to college now, because, well, it's time for them to move on. They can't stay Power Rangers forever. And of course, they choose their successors: TJ, Cassie, Ashley, Carlos, and Justin. And from here on in, what we have here is they take over, they fight off Divatox's monsters until, unfortunately, they lose their turbo powers and the command center is destroyed. And if you've seen Power Rangers in Space, it'll play off from there. But of course, during Power Rangers in Space, Carlos will end up getting help from Zack in one episode because he loses his confidence. And of course, when we get to the 10th anniversary episode Forever Red, that stays the same because there is really nothing wrong with that at all. It's perfect to see Jason and Tommy back together again. There's nothing to change there. And then, of course, we get Power Rangers Dino Thunder, where, once again, Tommy is back, but this time as the Black Dino Ranger. That will stay the same. He will still be the mentor to the new Rangers. However, there will be one slight little difference. As the season progresses, we will have many moments where he is talking on the phone to someone, and then later on we learn that he is talking to Kimberly. And then at the end of Dino Thunder, we see Tommy and Kim together, and he proposes to her. And of course, during the episode Once a Ranger, we do get help from the original Black Ranger himself, Zack, who in his case will be surprised to hear that Tommy Oliver is a doctor. And of course, during Dimensions in Danger, we will have Tommy and Kimberly together once again. And yes, in Beast Morphers, Jason will come back to help fight evil. And then, of course, during Once and Always, we have the original cast together once again. And that, my friends, is my what if scenario. I hope you liked it because I put a lot of time and thought on this to try to come up with a scenario. And quite frankly, I think it came out better than I expected. Let me know what you think. This is Movie Fan, signing off.